I think it's, to be honest, like a roller coaster. I think we had some really good moments and then some bad moments, obviously. And I think to finish the regular season out was a big moments for us. And then obviously playoffs we didn't finish too well. So I think we just had a roller coaster year. And obviously finishing the regular season better than we did last year was good, but not as high as we wanted to in the season. So gotta be better next year. We will.
I know you guys battled a lot of injuries throughout the season. And kind of talked about though you felt that maybe the vibe wasn't as intense at the beginning of the season as it needed to be. Do you feel like maybe that's an area that you guys need to work on coming into the season, or was there some type of complacency coming in that you'd reached the finals and thought we'll get there again?
Yeah, I don't know if that was the mindset of most guys or what. I wasn't the mindset of myself. I think we all got to be better as far as approaching the game at the beginning of the season and understanding the games that we need to take care of and um, things like that. So we had a tough schedule to start the season out too. We went West Coast early, but it's part of it.
How much responsibility do you place on yourself for how that series just transpired?
Regardless of how the series goes, I'm always gonna feel like I'm gonna take responsibility, good or bad, and especially when it's bad. I feel like I always can do more, and obviously I didn't shoot the ball great, didn't get very many good looks, and I got to be better. And so definitely something that I can be better at, and there's some lessons that can be learned.
I know it hasn't been that many hours since the game ended, but
Yeah.
have you done any reflection on the series and like where you feel like things did go sideways for you all?
I was reflecting throughout the whole series. I think now it's more about just getting to the off season and understanding what we need to work on. Uh, I mean, I told you throughout the series that the spacing and them being in gaps was making it tough and not letting me get into the paint was a key focus for him, obviously. So just understanding and trying to figure out ways to get into the paint next year when defense like that do come around.
Do you feel like maybe that this offseason the team should maybe try to help and find and add another piece for you? Maybe do you feel like that there was something lacking this season for you to maybe help take the pressure off of you?
We'll see what the front office and everybody does in this off season. It's not up to me. I mean, I'm just gonna go out there and play my game. I'm gonna go out there and be aggressive, and um, whoever I'm with, I feel like we can win, and I feel like we could do that this year. And I don't know. That's a question for them.
Trey, you mentioned the, I guess, chess match between you and Spo and just that defense they had over in Miami. Is that what are some of the lessons you learned about? You see a lot of different defenses. Maybe what's something they did differently that you kind of take in next season? You mentioned that this was kind of a learning experience for you as well.
Yeah, they were. Obviously really physical, very aggressive, and that's just the type of basketball they play. They play that way. They've been playing that way for years, and this year they've been really good at it. So, um, just really just wanting to be more stronger, come back. I mean, and just add a few things to my game. Obviously, I want to be better in all areas, but there's some things I want to look back, and I'm gonna look back at the series and learn from. And um, I'm not gonna get too high or too low in any moment. Losing this is just a learning lesson for me, and I know I'm gonna bounce back, and I'll be better.
Will you get like right in the film room right away, or will you take some time away from the series and then go back and look at it later?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I already watched the game, so I've already watched the game. I'll probably, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know. I'm very motivated right now, so I don't know what I'm gonna do next.
Trae, you obviously closed out strong at home. Just how important were the fans to you guys all season long?
The fans are great. The fans are great all year, and getting back to that playoff atmosphere was great, and to see them there. A lot of people didn't believe we could be back in the playoffs, even after that Hornets win. So, even our own people. So it was great to see Hawks fans back in the arena this year, and we're looking forward to having a great year next year.
And for you to be on the road and see the amount of Trae Young jerseys kind of expand at visitors' arenas, how special is that for you to see?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's awesome to see. obviously I hear all the fans, and when we're on the road, whether it's good or bad, there's some bad things obviously I hear on the road. But I mean, there's obviously still good fans out there that still support me. And on the road, you see them, they're fighting with their own home crowd, and it's fun to have that support. And I mean, I'm always trying to represent them the best way I can.
You feel in the last couple of weeks of the season to play in and all that stuff, did that take a toll mentally and physically for you guys as you got into the Miami?
Possibly. I mean, you don't. I mean, that's not the only reason you lose. I mean, but definitely. I mean, they had a week off before they played us. I mean, obviously we were fighting just to get into the playoffs. It wasn't like we could lose a game and be all right. So yeah, our elimination games started earlier than last night. So I think this team fought hard, and proud of this team the way we battled through adversity all year. And so obviously the season ended lower than what we did last year, but I still think there were some high moments throughout the year.
In Game 3, you had your most success in that fourth quarter with multiple ball handlers with you. Is that something that you would like to see continue moving forward?
I mean, possibly you want to go to what works, obviously, and I mean, different matchups bring different occasions. So, I mean, obviously the team that we were playing this series were smaller and switching everything, and that game we were, I mean, on fire, and transition plays, or I'm able to get into the paint more. So, really, that was really, to be honest, the only game and only quarter I was really to get some good looks in the paint. And even then, I mean, there were some tough floaters that I made over some contests. So it was more about just the matchup and how they switched everything too.
With how you played in the series and the manner in which you guys lost, there's obviously going to be a lot of people who are doubting you, are doubting the Hawks next season. Is that something that you are looking to use as motivation for playing for the city, yourself, fans, all that stuff moving forward?
Well, I mean, you was down us this year. We won last year, so I mean, that was always gonna be in Atlanta. So it's about proving. It's about proving the people that do believe in the Hawks right, and not worrying about the people that switch on and off and all that, and just coming back next year and not worrying about previous, and just focusing on the year at hand, and understanding what we want to do and what we want to accomplish. So I don't really get too worried about it. I just got to focus on, and our team has to focus on, just coming out with a better start next year.
Talk about the team, of course, but for you personally, of course, you go through another season, another year being an all-star. I mean, the way that your game has grown and changed. For you personally, what will you think about for this season? I guess what can you kind of take away from this year versus your first few years?
One thing, I don't know. For me, I think one thing I could take away from this year is just understanding that expectations of me and this team are higher. Coming into the draft, I mean, I wouldn't expect it to do a lot. And so to have these expectations on myself and on this team, it's to be honest, I love it. It's a joy, and it's a challenge, and it's a challenge I'm gonna try to accept and try to take it to another level. And so I mean, every day I play, that's kind of my mindset, is understanding that I'm trying to take it to another level. And we didn't finish it off this year and win a championship. So obviously got to do more and try to take it to another level next year.
What do you think the consistency in the regular season? How do you think you guys can establish that kind of better to be able to get one of those higher seeds going in the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we knew it hurt us this year. We saw what it did this year, and not starting well. So knowing that, that should be all the motivation right there we need, and coming back next year, understanding that we need to take care of the games that we should, especially at home, and I think we will.
It's a little different this time around, like losing in the first round and kind of going through the exit interview process, where last year you guys made it to the finals, and now there could be guys you might not play right next season. You know, was there a different vibe in the kind of the meeting today or anything?
I mean, to be honest, 29 teams gonna lose regardless. So I mean, when you lose, you lose. I mean, to be honest, I'm just as hurt last night as I was last year losing to the Bucks because I felt like we could have went to the finals. So losing hurts regardless. And but yeah, not obviously this year we didn't go to the Eastern Conference Finals, but losing hurts regardless to me.
Minutes ago, you said something about a few things I want to add to my game over the summer. Do you have in mind what sorts of things you want to?
Man, I've been thinking about it. Last year, obviously, I wanted to work on my mid-range. I want to continue to work on everything, including that. But this summer, more probably working off pin downs, working off screens, coming off catching more catch and shoot things, and but still like everything else, trying to take that to another level too. So I think working more off the ball, seeing the series and how it played, I think me being able to come off screens and double screens and just catch and shoot opportunities, things like that, I think could have helped, and that's something I definitely want to go into the offseason working on.
You've talked a few times about you watch the game all the time. You're watching games from around the league. Do you watch the rest of the playoffs? Does it hurt too much to watch these games? If you keep watching, what are you looking for?
I mean, us as humans, we all we love to live in the moment. So for me, I'm not gonna be sad or upset about us not being in the playoffs anymore because that was us last year. So understanding that this whole league is up and down. It could be us in there next year, and so of course I'm gonna watch games because that's just who I am. I'm a basketball fan, and I mean I'm a supporter of some of these guys in this league. So I'm gonna watch the games and be there. But obviously it's motivating because I want to play and I want to be playing all the way up until June. So that's the goal, and that's the plan I want to be at next year.
Somebody who watches this game, you see a lot of these teams where it seems like, especially the young ones, they take steps, right? And like when you talk about the Bucks, they lose first round, they take the next step, whatever, right? Won a championship. For you guys, obviously it's not where you wanted to go first round, but do you feel like maybe this year was a step in the right direction that could take you towards that finals projection?
Yes and no. I mean, I don't know if you can really say too much like that. I mean, when teams change, I mean it's different. So I mean every year is different. I mean the team we lost to this series obviously was in the finals, then they got swept the first round. Now they're in the second round now. So it's not ever really just a straight line. It's up and down, and so it's really about trying to be that team that's hitting at the right time.
What have you learned from Lou Williams, just the past couple years of being a player?
I mean, Lou has been amazing. Probably one of my best vets that I've had, just from just being around him and he knowing his experience in this league and who he's been around. His vet being AI, like all the stories he's had, and he's just so open to sharing and being like a big bro to all of us. And he's been amazing to me, and off the court how to handle things, and on the court how to handle things. Like he's just been a great role model from afar before, but now being able to talk to him, it's amazing.
What's like one big takeaway from Lou that you'll remember getting to work with him or remembering?
One big takeaway from Lou. I have so many takeaways. I mean, he's just a good dude, and I think one time he was like, man, go sign that kid's autograph. And I mean, because a lot of people obviously asked and stuff, and it was one guy, and I didn't see him. I had my headphones in, and I think he's just a good dude. Like just things like that, like little moments that he knows this little kid will share forever. He stopped and grabbed me. It didn't matter who I was. He stopped me and told me to go sign that little kid's autograph. So it was little things like that is what makes him cool.
With all the adversity you guys have been given this season and being a young team with the injuries, do you feel like that will allow you guys to grow next season with the young core you have?
For sure. I think, like obviously, like I said, we battled through adversity and what we had to go through with injuries and COVID early on, and starting out slow didn't help us. So understanding that coming into next year, we gotta take it with a different approach and be ready to play from the beginning.
What did you enjoy most of that Game 3 buzzer beater when you look back in a couple of years? Just what about that night was special?
That I got to hit a buzzer beater in our arena this time. That was pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, obviously it was one game. It doesn't mean anything to me right now. Maybe it will later on, but But yeah, obviously I'm happy that Atlanta fans got to witness it.
What's your off-season plans? What does that look like for you? Trips, family time, back in the lab? What are you gonna do?
Like I said at the beginning, I don't know right now. I'm very motivated right now. I usually take time off like a month, don't even touch a ball, just because I'm on it all year. So I don't know what I'll do. I'm very motivated right now.
So that means you want to get back to work then?
Maybe it may be less than a month this year. Maybe not even a day. We'll see.
Does that mean that you're sort of healthy? You feel like you've got like a healthy off season ahead of you because you finished the season
Yeah.
in good shape?
Yeah, I finished it pretty good. Obviously, my groin still hurt. I was wearing some tights like the last 2.5 weeks that was helping me with my groin issues. But besides that, I feel healthy, and so definitely makes it easier for me to feel motivated and get going, and probably still work out until the playoffs are over.
Thank you, Trae.
Appreciate it.